Hey guys, I hope you're well. I'll bring you new updates regarding the situation in the Congo. So I don't know if you're aware, but there has been a recent summit held in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, and there were leaders from the East African Community or EAC and the Southern African Development Community, which is SADC or SADC. Um, They convened to address the escalating conflict in the Eastern Democratic of the Congo, which involves the M23 rebel group and the Congolese army, according to them. So the summit culminated in a unified call for an in the immediate ceasefire, immediate ceasefire, and the initiation of direct negotiation among all the parties, including the M23 rebels. So the leaders of these countries, they emphasized the necessity of a dialogue, of a military action, and they advocated for the withdrawal of foreign armed groups from the DRC. They also proposed the merging of existing peace processes to streamline efforts towards a resolution. So within this meeting, you had Museveni, who is the president of Uganda, who has been there forever, and then you also have Paul Kagame, who is the president of Rwanda, who has been there forever. Then you have the president of Kenya, etc. These people are pretty much from the same ethnicity, okay? And these are the main actors that advocated for this, right? Obviously, the president of Congo did not attend this meeting for various reasons. First of all, he continues to mourn the death of thousands of people that continue dying today in the eastern part of the Congo. And not only that, we are in a very heated period right now where anything could happen. So traveling in a plane to this location, even traveling to this location, can be a danger for the president of the Congo, and there's no need for him to go over there. Previously, there was another meeting in Angola in which he attended. However, Paul Kagame, who was called to attend the meeting, he did not want to attend that meeting in Angola. So obviously, there are many people criticizing Mr. Felix because of the fact that he did not attend the meeting. And there are many leaders saying that he shouldn't have done that, but he has his own reasons to do it. One. And two, we need to understand that this meeting, as you can see from the final resolution, it was completely useless. They're calling for a government to have a dialogue with, we can call it a terrorist group who has been terrorizing the local population for many years. They're asking them to have dialogue with this country, with this group, to cease fire, to stop fighting against them, and to find a resolution to the conflict after they've taken over the second biggest city in the country. So this is a joke. This is a complete joke, and it has no other description. Just imagine that, I don't know, in the UK, the people from the Republic of Ireland decide to go and invade Northern Ireland, and then you have other countries saying it's fine, just leave them. That's the country now. They have taken it. And as I say, this is something that happened in Syria, anyways, and this was the exact same process. So we see here that they're trying to implement something similar to the process we've seen in Syria. In fact, one of the countries that offer support in the negotiations in the Congo conflict, it was Turkey, which is one of the countries that benefited the most from the removal of the Assad government from Syria. Now, basically, Turkey and the groups they supported, they are in power in Syria. And now this leader wants to get involved in Congo, which pretty much is going to offer the same exact solution he saw in Syria, where he allowed some terrorists to take over the country. So obviously, the president of Congo refused the involvement of Turkey in these negotiations, which is something that the president of Rwanda has been promoting. Not only that, Rwanda has commercial links with Turkey, and recently the president of Rwanda, Mr. Paul Kagame, he visited Turkey and he visited the Baykar factory. These are drones, like killing drones, and used by the Turkish army and many other clients. Mainly Ukraine used to use them as well, although now they don't use it due to electronic warfare from the Russians, that they are able to put down these drones straight away. All right, but he visited the country most probably to buy these drones or to agree on some kind of deal to sell the resources from the Congo to Turkey or something like that. Okay, we don't know actually what happened there. Anyways, So, in response of this meeting, the Congolese government, led by President Felix Tshisekedi, he has historically been reluctant to engage directly with the M23 rebels for obvious reasons. Okay, and he keeps accusing them of receiving support from Rwanda, which has been documented by the UN and many other organizations and people that are on the ground. Okay, these claims, obviously, they have been denied by Rwanda. President Paul Kagame says that he's not involved with the M23. He said he doesn't know them, basically. Although there is plenty of evidence showing that there are Rwandan troops, okay, present in Congo. Most probably, if you're asking these questions, we'll say, I don't know. Anyways, so obviously, the president of a country, you don't want to negotiate with some terrorists or rebel groups. Who are these people? You know, the people that come out of the forest or whatever, and they're trying to destabilize the country and they steal resources. These people are like, you cannot negotiate with these people. You cannot let these people run a city, okay? And you cannot let these people seek independence of that city from the Congo, which is actually what they're aiming for at this point, okay? Now they switch the narrative. Now they don't want to take over Kinshasa anymore. Now they just want the independence of that city, all right? So, despite international pressure and the summit's recommendations, President Tshisekedi has maintained his stance against the direct negotiations with the M23, and the government continues to advocate for military action to reclaim territories occupied by the rebels and has called for international support to address the alleged external backing of the M23 by Rwanda and by the presidency of Uganda. So this situation remains complex, with ongoing debates about the most effective approach to achieving lasting peace in the region. And the international community, the so-called international community, which is the three Western countries that they consider themselves the international community, okay, and they continue to monitor the developments closely, according to them. And they urge all parties to prioritize the well-being of civilians and to commit to a peaceful resolution of the conflict. But obviously, this is wrong because the only party here that is attacking the civilians, they are the M23 rebels, and they have been doing it for decades now. So it's time to stop this nonsense and to stop pretending that these M23 fighters now, well-looking fighters now compared to before, okay, they can form some kind of a government, or they can freely take over a territory in a country. This is just wrong. That is not acceptable in any other country. So I don't know how they accept this nonsense in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So when there have been conflicts in the past like this, okay, you will expect the so-called international community, which many people might think is all the members of the UN, which is not true. It's pretty much half of the Security Council, okay? Expect the international community to have a say on this and to go against rebels or terrorists taking over control of a territory in a sovereign country or taking over control of the government as a whole. But as in the case of Syria, these countries are not protesting. These countries are not saying anything about it. They just remaining silent. And the maximum they do is really soft criticism of what is going on, but they're not actually taking any military action. They're not putting any sanctions in Rwanda, for example, to stop this. Obviously, they'll put sanctions on the rebels because nobody even know who they are. But in terms of Rwanda, who is the main country behind what's happening right now in the Congo, and pretty much everyone knows it, apart from the Rwandans, from the Kenyans, and from some people in Uganda, and then the ignorant people that don't know much about the conflict. But those who have been reading this and following what has been going on in the Congo for many years, you know that Rwanda is behind this. Rwanda has taken control over the government in Congo a couple of times already, okay? And one of the things that people need to understand and find out the reason why the Rwandan rebel troops were able to march all the way to Kinshasa and remove the president from power is because Congo is a poor country, and Rwanda received quite a lot of outside aid, so like outside financial support from other countries, and this is what allowed them to invest money in the military, which is actually quite disciplined and quite advanced. Okay, so they have training from Western countries as well, and they're able to basically take over the government of the country of the Congo because it's too poor. But the Congo has enough people to take over Rwanda and do whatever they want with that country. However, Congolese people are not like that. Congolese people are peaceful people. Congolese people do not want to destroy the neighboring nation. They don't want to send like rebels there to destabilize the country or anything like that. However, there are some countries in Africa, and I'm talking this is a minority of countries in Africa, that they don't respect the boundaries and that they have the interest of whoever is the masters in mind. And in the case of Rwanda, what they're doing is destabilizing. The role of Rwanda is similar to the role of Israel in the Middle East. Okay, and this is the purpose. This is what they're meant to do. If they don't do that, they have no purpose and they won't be receiving all the amount of investment they're receiving from outside. And Rwanda will be one of the poorest countries in Africa. So be careful what you see in the news. And obviously, regarding this summit, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. If I was the president of the Congo, I'll be doing this exact thing. I will attend via some video conference as he did, okay? Or I will just ignore it completely because the leaders that are there, they don't have the intention to solve the problem in the Congo. The recommendations that they have given makes no sense. Who of these leaders will allow or will approve negotiating with some rebels within the countries when they didn't even have the chance there to fight against these rebels? So now the Congolese government is preparing. They're preparing with other regional governments to go to Ghana and to get rid of these M23 rebels and to push them back to Rwanda or to Uganda, which is where they normally hide. Okay. And as I say, this happened in the past already, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to continue happening for many more years. The Congolese government will not allow the takeover of the biggest city by some rebel groups that have been terrorizing people, that they have forced people to move out of the homes of the cities. And there are so many Congolese people now that they have been unalive, or that they are just running around the eastern part of the Congo towards the south in order to escape these individuals, that all they have been doing is committing crimes against humanity. Okay. And they have been doing this for many years. So it's surprising the fact that this summit is kind of suggesting some kind of ceasefire. What do you mean ceasefire? How are you going to cease fire against people that have taken over a city in your country? There's no ceasefire needed here. What you need here is more fire to get rid of these individuals once and forever, okay? And to avoid them from continue doing this with the support of Rwanda. And of course, the Rwandan president, Mr. Paul Kagame, he's blaming the Congolese president for what is happening. He's saying that he has an ethnic problem in his country. He's unable to resolve it. And also he's saying that he's incapable of actually finding a solution to this. When the actual ethnic problem that is happening in Congo is not a Congolese ethnic problem, it's a Rwandan ethnic problem, okay? Because the Tutsis and the Hutus that they are in the eastern part of the Congo, they are from Rwanda. Okay, although they've been living in Congo for many years, they are for Rwanda, and many of them are not going back because they won't get rights in Rwanda. Therefore, the main problem is Mr. Paul Kagame, because he's the one that is not making it easy or more welcoming for those Hutus that left the country to return back to the country and live a good life, okay, which is what many of them deserve. But as I say, because this is on his interest, he goes to the summit, he keeps lying, he keeps deceiving people, he keeps giving the wrong information, and he keeps saying, I don't know. Anyways, I hope this video is useful. I hope you like it. Please share it. And as always, I'll continue informing you.